It's quite apparent that we need to follow a little more scientific method of account writing. Now, I must tell you that this is not a session on accounting for accountants. We're going to talk about accounting for non-accounting people. I think everybody must understand the process that goes behind the making of a balance sheet. One more thing I must clarify before we start accounting. In accounts, we treat the owner as different from the organization. The chances are when Binoy starts a business, he either starts a proprietary concern, or he forms a partnership firm, or he starts a private limited company or a public limited company, or one of the various other forms of constitutions that you can have. Even if it's a proprietary concern, the organization would be treated as a separate entity and Binoy would be considered as a separate person. You must have all heard of two accounting terms called debit and credit. I'm not going to spend time asking you what these two words mean, because whenever I ask this question, I get some very, very interesting answers which have nothing to do with the real meaning of debit and credit. All I need to do, I said your first step in accounting is to pass journal entry. A journal entry looks like this. When I write over here, Binoy's capital account debit, cash account credit, or cash account debit, Binoy's capital account credit, I have passed a journal entry. When I look at this transaction, I've always maintained that you don't need to understand accounts. You don't need to understand how to make balance sheets in order to read balance sheets. Now I feel you don't need to understand how to make balance sheets in order to make balance sheets, which means you need not understand journal entries, need not understand ledger accounts, need not understand trial balance. If you understand the fact that every transaction must result in an expense or an income or a liability or an asset, if you're an accountant, by all means follow this tedious method that I have explained. But if you're not an accountant, then bypass the entire accounting system.